Hello everybody. Last time I don't know, I had some iPad problems, so I thought this time I'll just start a little earlier in case that same issue still exists, but it's not there. So I think it's already started. Let me put some nice music and let's work with that. Which music should I put? Music, mashup, Bollywood remix, non-stop party, DJ Cheetahs. I like all this. Okay, let's do the love mashup. I like that. I'm going to switch on the fan. Garmi. Cheers! A lot of you are already here. That was quick. Let me quickly see who all are here. Let's welcome a few of you. Malika, Deepshika, Puja Ramesh, Seema Nayak, Virginia Felicity, Anshu Sahani, hello my darling, Kirti, Marshall, Sonali Mahar 237, E-Cafe, It Kanisha. When is your next session? Depends which session, sweetheart. I do so many now, you'll have to tell me which one. If you're looking for the masterclass, it's going to be happening next on 31st of July. The easiest way to come for that is to just go to my bio, this Instagram page. Just go, link is in the bio, register for that and you'll get the invite. Oh my God, you look so awesome. Ah, so sweet. Thank you. I don't know which filter I've used today. I think it's called Clear Skin or something like that. So yeah, I think that's the one. Hello, Puja ma'am. Love you too, my sweetheart, my energy booster. So sweet. How do you look so positive all the time? Because when you switch on anything where I have to come on, I will always come in my best mood, correct? So what do you think? I'm going to switch on something and go, आज ना मैं बड़ी थकी हुई हूँ. ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. So anytime you see someone who's built a persona or a brand, you should know that they have two avatars. One avatar for their home and one avatar for everybody else, because I cannot be positive all the time. I cannot be high energy all the time. After this masterclass, you'll see me lying down here and watching my Pakistani plays and enjoying and relaxing. But you don't get to see that side, right? So you're always thinking like she must be jumping like a bunny rabbit all the time. That's not true at all. Rather, the more extroverted you become over time in this work, the more introvert time you need with yourself. So I feel like earlier on I used to be a lot more social. Now I spend a lot more time with myself because so much of my energy goes into being with others. So for all of you here, the reason I keep clarifying this is because I feel like a lot of you are looking at my energy and going, how does she do it all the time? The truth is I don't. Okay, my darlings. Saubana to all of you. Love it, love it, love it. Where are you right now? I am in my drawing room. So yeah, this is my living room. That's my dining table. If you can see it, the door that you can see there, I can't even point at it clearly, properly. That door that you see there is my bedroom. This is my office, this side, and my swimming pool, that side. Shamli Mahajan, how to join your community? Shamli, there are many ways to join my community. The easiest way is to come for my masterclass. Okay, so that's the easiest way to join it. Otherwise, right under this particular Insta Live or every Insta Live, there's a phone number given of Gunjan the Dreamer. Okay, just call up Gunjan the Dreamer and she will guide you through all the various courses that I offer, and then you can see, pick and choose the one that most attracts you and come for that. Okay, so one is to come for straight for my masterclass where the link is in the bio. The other way is to speak to someone from my office. If you have Radhika's number, Divya's number, or Gunjan's number, whoever's number you have, just give them a call and they'll take you through the whole funnel on how to guide you on which course is the right course for you. Okay. Yashupur Gowda. How to balance when we are sad and happy because of the same person? Husband in my case. Sad 60%, happy 40%. How to improve emotional attachment with me? So, sweetheart, one thing we have to know is the people who have the power to make us happy only have the power to make us sad. Your neighbor can't make you happy or sad. It has to be some family member only, correct? So, the first thing to understand is that there's no one person who'll only give you happiness and one person who'll only give you sadness. No, normally it is a combination. So people who live in our houses, people who live in our environment are capable of making us happy or sad. I think it's important to learn over time how to manage that. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to give the remote control of my life to someone else's hand? Why should someone else be able to make you happy and sad is the most important question to ask yourself. Because the more we give them the power to make us happy, which of course feels good, we have to also remember that we are also giving them the power to make us sad, true or not. And if your sad is 60% and happy is 40%, guess what he's controlling more of? So you have to start to take that power back. So when he says something to you or does something to you that you are not in appreciation of or you do not like it, then you have to start to ask yourself, what was my expectation? And if I change my expectation or if I manage the disappointment of my expectation, can he still make me sad? So let's say I cook for my husband the whole day. Will I want compliments in the evening from him? But of course. But when he doesn't give it to me, am I going to give him my power? Absolutely not. What is the first thing I can do? I can ask him, sweetheart, did you like the food? Maybe he didn't like the food. Maybe he tells me, no, Puja, actually I prefer the cooking. All right. So what was my expectation? That if I cook the whole day, he'll appreciate me. But if he doesn't like my food, what do I need to do? Stop cooking for him. There are other things he may like. Let me try those. Why do I have to continue being sad by cooking every day and feeling bad every day? Which is what a lot of people end up doing. They start nagging the person, so you to never appreciate. Arey, if you want appreciation, learn to appreciate yourself first. Stand in front of the mirror and give yourself a lot of appreciation, because our appreciation box is the same. Whether husband puts appreciation, you put appreciation, anybody puts appreciation, there will come a time when it will start to feel full, even if you're the one who's giving it to yourself. So my suggestion, one of the things I do a lot is I appreciate myself a lot. I'm not saying I then don't need other people's appreciation, but I'm definitely more fulfilled than most people. So start to practice this fact that, you know what, you don't want to remain dependent on other people for your validation. Whether you do what you need to do, if you get appreciation, treat that as a bonus. But don't live your entire life in the loop of appreciation, validation, acknowledgement, importance. When we depend on others for all of this, we give away our power too much, too easily. Okay? So all you need to do is learn to manage your disappointments better. Every time you feel sad, ask yourself, what was my expectation? Can I change this expectation? Can I make it something else so that I don't feel bad? So I want him to come home, leave his phone and be with me. He doesn't do that. What can I change in my expectation? What can I do to support for that to happen instead of complain? A lot of times the reason why we are not able to attract appreciation is because we ourselves are putting negativity and blame in that relationship. What if you started to give appreciation in that relationship? The chances are what we put into that relationship, more of that will come. So whatever you want in your relationship, try putting more of that and it will really be helpful. Savita Sujay, a very good afternoon, Mother Goddess. A very good afternoon to you, Savita, and to all of you here who also came for my Saturday event. I want to tell you, and I should have started with that on Instagram. I'm so super thrilled. This was our third event. We had one in December, one in April, and now one. Of course, the next one will again happen in December. To see the kind of effort and energy that went into for this tribe to reach Chennai, especially in these COVID times, it's not easy to travel. So I just want to take a big, I just want to do a big shout out to every woman who had the courage to, for some of them, they were traveling for the first time. For some of them, they were traveling the first time alone. I just want to say, I feel so proud about the army that is getting built. These are ladies who are so ready to now go out in the world and really truly make a difference and light other people's candles as theirs has got lit by me and my big sister's tribe. I am so proud. We had such a blast together. I was speaking to some of them yesterday and they said we still haven't gotten over the experience of the whole day with you, which was just, I myself haven't gotten over it. It was just so simply fabulous. I think that now post-COVID, one of the things I really want to set the intention to do is to be able to start to meet people physically. उसकी अपना ही मजा होता है, उसका अपना ही एक flavor होता है. So for especially for those of you who are in my SS program, I am definitely setting the intention that we go to some exotic place and learn from me there. Like, let's go to Thailand for 3 days and really enjoy ourselves and come back, and we'll do a lot of learning and a lot of partying and a lot of fun together. Because you know what, when women bond, instead of being in survival mode, instead of surviving, we start to thrive. And I want everyone in my tribe to thrive rather than survive. So for all of you who were there, for all of my family members who were there, for everyone who came to support, for all the big sisters tribe that was there, the mother goddesses, the sister goddesses, Team Life by Design, Success Gyan, I'm so very grateful. You know what, it takes so many people to make an event successful, and I feel like one of our best events happened this Saturday. Shamli is asking, what are your programs, grooming programs for upcoming coaches? Shamli, actually, I don't have any grooming program, but it's a fabulous idea. I think I'm going to add that to my bonus in CC. I'm going to keep a separate 2-hour grooming program on how a coach should present herself, whether it is in her hair, makeup, accessories, looks, passport size photo for Zoom, overall. So I think you have just given me a fabulous idea. If that's something you'd like to join, speak to Gunjan, message her that I'd love to be a part of Puja's programs and she will guide you. Gunjan's number is going to be right below this video once I finish, okay? Mansi Jaishankar, how do I enroll for the Law of Attraction program? I know I have about 156 comments showing interest in this particular program from a lot of you on my Insta page. So I understand this is something that you all want to do. We just tried an experiment with a select few thousand people this Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, just to see the response and how it works. Let me tell you, it has worked like magic and the course has really been phenomenal. By the grace of God, that's the feedback we've been getting. So the next one is happening on 12th, 13th and 14th of August. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's one of these dates, okay? So something like this, you just have to look at the weekend of the the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday of the second week of August is when it's happening. If you are interested and you've put the comment interested in that space where I'd asked you to, not to worry, we are going to go back and reply to each person on DM the link to be able to register for the August event. It's called I think it's called the Manifesting Queen Challenge. So if that's something that you'd like to come back for, not to worry at all. We'll make sure we reach out to you. All you need to do is on my Instagram, go back to that place where I've asked you to put interested. It'll be like a testimonial from someone and it'll say how on day 1 she achieved her thing, and I would have said if you're interested in doing the Law of Attraction 3-day program with me, put interested below. Just go put interested. It'll be barely 2 or 3 posts before this Insta live post, so just go there, put interested so that I know you're interested and we'll make sure you're there. Yeah, God bless you. Coaching by Aarti. Thank you for acknowledging us for the event. Love you, ma'am. Oh, love you too, my Jan. Namita Bansal, I want to join the August event. We will make sure you're all there, okay? So not to worry. I just completed it today. Neelu, I'd love to hear in the chat box, how was that for you? Oh, thank you. Reset with Rakhi. Woohoo, I'm in. I want to manifest this with you now. Of course. I loved the warm hugs. The event was a bomb. I like that. This different look is amazing. Actually, I did my hair in a hurry this morning. Normally, I use a hair iron. Today, I use the Dyson hair dryer. So the hairs come out a little different, but I guess it's looking fine. Is that what you're saying? Awesome. True, we can feel it in your words. Megha Kapoor, you were highly missed. So, sweetheart, not to worry. When I see you tomorrow for our CC session, I'll make sure that I address all the ladies who couldn't make it. I know if you were not in the UAE, you would have definitely come. I know some of you were in UK, some of you are from, different parts of the world. Totally understand, that's genuine. So, not to worry. I will make it up to all of you who couldn't make it. Okay, let's look at some of the questions. Let me go right to the bottom. Khushbu, feeling beautiful attending this. Don't getting time to attend your live these days. Khushbu, don't do that. Remember, this is your vitamin positivity for your entire week. So anybody who lands up coming for my live will have a better week because you've taken the vitamin P. So come and keep taking vitamin P, vitamin Puja or vitamin positive Puja or vitamin passionate Puja. You call it what you like. But this vitamin is very important in your life. Don't start to ignore me, okay? You're looking so fresh, I can't take my eyes off you. Kya baat hai, Hina? What a dialogue. Love you, sweetheart. Grateful Gifts by Richa. I have started writing gratitude on my daily basis. I can really see a positive change in my life. I just want to thank you that you introduced me to the importance of gratitude. Please elaborate on anything on money management or money making, or I think it's got cut. When you want to work with abundance, one of the things I love doing is writing letters to money. So if you haven't ever heard me speak about writing letters to money, let me tell you. One second. See if you can start to write letters like, dear money, I really love you. I love it when you visit my house. I feel so happy when you are around. Everybody around me becomes so secure. We plan such beautiful holidays and travel. So please visit my house. I promise I'll keep you always very respectfully. I'll keep you correctly. I'll make sure I don't hoard you. I'll definitely share you with the less privilege. So, when you start to build a new relationship with money, money tends to come to people who have a positive attitude towards it. Those of us who believe it's very difficult to earn money, even if it comes, it doesn't stay. Money does not like me. Money does not come to me. Always scarcity mindset. Clutter is around. You're always collecting things because you're scared someday you may need them. So you never throw anything away. You don't keep the flow of energy. You don't give anything in charity. If any of that is a block in your head, then you need to really come and study money under me. One of the things I love teaching is money making, because I honestly believe that sometimes all we need to do is change our energy and money starts to come to us. Money is like water. It flows at us. The only time it flows in the opposite direction is when we chase it. So you never want to chase money. You always want to attract money. And those of you who were there for the 3 days of Law of Attraction session, you know I spoke a lot about money, because money is one of those things. If you attract money, you can attract everything else automatically, because half the things money can buy. Some things money can't buy, and of course we will work with that also. But a lot of things, just with money coming in, those things will come in. Correct or no? Because what money really gives me, at least, and I always say for me, money never means money. It's always about the freedom that money brings. So for you also, I want you to remember, even when you speak about money, don't speak about money as money. Speak about money with the concept of the kind of freedom it brings when you start to have more of it. Yes? Ritisha, ma'am, I want to know about how to control anger. Ritisha, the more you will understand anger, the more you will be able to control it. So the first concept you have to understand about anger is feedback. Anger is when something in your environment is telling you that things are not going your way or you are not in control of something. So first we have to understand what is anger and what is creating it. That something in your environment is not happening the way you like things to happen. That is anger, correct? Anger comes when somebody is not doing what you were expecting them to do. Once you've understood that concept, now you want to see how do you want to communicate anger. So when we start to get angry, our body is telling us something is happening that we are not liking. But we don't have to always express anger. I always say instead explain anger. And I'll tell you the difference between expressing anger and explaining anger. When we express anger, we show our anger. In showing our anger, we have to have a loud pitch. We start to speak in a different tonality. We start to being derogatory. We make the other person defensive. We make the other person feel bad. We get into arguments, conflict, fight. Anger does that to us, correct? Now, when you explain anger, it's very different. So let's say I go into my son's room and he's not kept it clean for the day and I start to shout and scream. That's me expressing my anger. What if I had to say, sweetheart, mom is feeling slightly disappointed. When I'd come in the morning, you had promised me that you're going to clean your room by the evening. Beta, abhi tak kyun nahi hua? Do you need any help? Do you want me to call any staff? Do you want me to help you? Why, when do you think you'll be able to do it? And if you're not able to do it, sweetheart, can you tell me what consequences can be set? Is it okay if I don't allow you to play video games tonight because your room is not clean? Or till the time your room is not clean, you will not touch your video games. Is that okay? Would that be okay? And like that, what am I doing? I am communicating. I am communicating my anger rather than expressing my anger. And when we learn the art of communicating our anger, we become so strong because we become in control of our entire emotional reaction. True or not? So I'd love for you to practice. And the many ways to practice first in the beginning is to see all the different tools and techniques that you can use to control your anger. One is just deep breathing. The deeper your breath, the lesser your emotional trajectory towards any negative emotion. So anytime you're starting to feel negative, see if you can just go, I have a bit of a cold today, so I shouldn't be doing this, but any which ways. And you know, as you keep on doing this, you will start to connect with your sense of calm. Another thing that people love to do is counting backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Because what are they doing here? They are letting that anger, that immediate desire to react and punch someone verbally, they are letting that go. So you can just count down backwards. You can go hide yourself in the bathroom. Sometimes when I just get angry, I just step away. Because I know I'll end up saying something for later. I'll only be apologizing for that. So look for tools and techniques that can guide you and help you to manage your anger till the time you become an expert enough where you're always in communication with better tonality. One of the things my husband always tells me is, I know Puja needs a holiday when her tonality towards me starts to change. So when we go on a holiday, I become extra sweet, super nice to him, and within a month or two, suddenly I'll start snapping or I'll start speaking rudely or my tone will be very not so great. So he'll say, I think you're ready for a holiday, you're getting either overworked or something is stressing you out. So, you know what, learning to understand our own triggers helps anger management so much. I don't know, it was a very small question and I took a very long time to answer it, but I feel like so many of us right now, especially in the post-COVID world, depression is at its highest, isolation is at its highest. People are reacting so much because nobody is having that personal space to be able to breathe. All of us are on each other's heads, especially because of the lockdown, all of that happened. And now only the world is opening up where people are going back to work and all of that. So one of my recommendations is just start to take a lot of me time. One of the things Puneet and I tend to do is we wake up really early. Now, I'm not suggesting you wake up at 4 o'clock like us, but I'm saying wake up an hour earlier than what you normally do, because if you just go into your routine or into your day in a calm and composed manner where you feel solid, your reactions will be very different than if you've gotten up and straight moved into rush of agendas that need to be done. So if you can just give yourself that me time, that space to just sip your tea and watch the sun rise, and I think it's so much better, है ना? So look at all of these ways and see what out of this you can use, because for me, the more evolved a person, the more in control of their emotions. Artistic Puja QnA, how to stick to routine? Good question. So one of the things you have to understand is, why are you doing these routines? If you're just doing them simply, then they won't stick. So why are you doing them? For example, I want to lose weight. Now, why do I want to lose weight? Because my best friend's son is getting married in September. There's a very clear why. The more you know your why, the more the chances of you sticking to your routine. So understand your why. This morning, as I was speaking in the Law of Attraction session, day 3 challenge, I was talking a lot about becoming a dependable person. Now, how do you become a dependable person? By the promises that you make, you keep them. I always say this, the more you can stick to the promises you make to yourself, the more better or evolved human being you become naturally, right? So if you want to stick to your routine, I say don't do your routine for the sake of routine. Do your routine for the sake of who you become in the process of doing that routine. So as you keep doing it, you know what you're doing? You are bringing in so much power in your personality. A time will come where you will become a magnet for manifestation, because those people who mean what they say and say what they mean, the kind of power they have is unbelievable. A lot of us think good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. I always say, if you want good things to happen to you, become dependable. That means become consistent at everything you do. Build your consistency muscle, build your commitment muscle, and you will start to see the magic happen. Now you're asking me how to do that? By creating a strong why. If I ask you right now, run till the end of the road, you'll say, why? If I told you your child is stuck there, you will run full speed. If I told you that house is on fire, you will fly, forget running. So for us, it's not motivation that drives us. It is the end goal should be attractive enough that we should want it bad enough. Then you see how you will do it. Anita Gupta. Hi Anita. God bless you, sweetheart. I want to know tips on how to sleep early and have a sound sleep and wake up fresh and early in the morning. What is your night routine like? Anita, some of the things that I have heard people say is keep the room dark, keep the room a little colder than possible, get rid of all gadgets an hour or 2 before you decide to sleep. See if you can have some sort of meditative music to put you to sleep. See if you can have some sort of routine. Sadhguru speaks about this very beautiful thing of removing all of our ego and placing it on the side table. You know, who I am, how I describe myself, the mother in me, the wife in me, the businesswoman in me, the different roles I play, the caste in me, the community that I belong to, however I identify myself, the more I can remove my identity, the lighter I will sleep, because then the only thing sleeping with me is the soul. So that's another activity that I found very interesting. I love writing my next day's to-dos the previous day. So if you want to create that into your night routine, you can do that. Rubbing some sort of oil under your feet is very helpful. I have this very nice, relaxing, minty, cool balm that I like to rub on my feet. I like to put my I have a lip mask that I like to apply on my lips. So like that, I love to spray. I have a neroli spray. Neroli is one of my favorite aromatherapy oils. That is my favorite. So there's this very nice one you get at Good Earth that I like to spray on my pillow. So the more you get ready for something, the more intentionally you go to bed, the better. I haven't been able to remove my gadgets and keep them away. I went for 1 week to Pune last month, and one of the things I had said was that I'm going to go back and I'm going to start to place my phone far away from my side table. But because my charger is still there, and my charger is the one where my watch and the phone and all my equipment comes together, I haven't been able to do that yet. But now that you've reminded me, it's something I should do. Ideally, I would love to read a book and sleep, but it's not something I'm doing yet. I still look at my phone in the 30-40 minutes and then only go to sleep. But if you are having sleeping struggle, then these things are very, very helpful. And then I think the most important thing is to set the intention that you will wake up fresh. So as you go to sleep, if you can just visualize that moment of when you wake up with your big eyes open with a lot of enthusiasm. You count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You jump out of bed with energy. You brush your teeth as if you are just excited to be alive. And the more that you can act as if long enough, I feel like that starts your day on a really high note. So if you want to wake up fresh, set your intention to wake up fresh. Otherwise, a lot of times we open our eyes and we go, you don't want to do that. Okay, don't start your day with start your day with gratitude. Grateful for the fan, grateful for the chat, grateful for the pillow, grateful for the blanket, grateful for the AC, grateful for the curtains. Just, I love to wake up to gratitude. And you know, the same few things that I can see, I just give the same few things gratitude early in the morning. See if any of this helps you. Namita Bansal, even I want to join level-wise program to be a life coach with you. Namita, all you need to do is join my masterclass. Under this video, there is Gunjan's phone number. Just give her a call and she'll take you through the whole thing on how to join. If you haven't been able to do that, join the masterclass through link is in the bio. Relive with Coach Sangeeta saying, I already manifested a live call with Sids in his session yesterday. I am so proud of you, my God. I'm just loving the number of stories I'm getting from the Law of Attraction class on the kind of manifesting that has happened in the last 3 days. Literally, miracles and magic are the messages. Magical have been the messages. So please keep them coming. This is really exciting for me. Ski Zeal Art is asking, ma'am, please suggest some uplifting TV shows that you watch. So, I follow a lot of video podcasts which are really inspiring. One of the ones that I've been watching lately is called The Diary of a CEO. I can't remember the guy's name, but I've been really enjoying his interviews. He really has some fabulous people that he interviews. So, see if you can watch that. Few people that I follow very closely is a lady called Marie Folio. I love how she speaks. She has a concept called Marie TV and I love watching her. Another thing I love watching is Super Soul Sunday. If you haven't been watching Super Soul Sundays, it's very interesting how Oprah does all of these interviews of hers. So I follow a lot of such people. So on my Instagram, I have from Jack Canfield to Brian Tracy to Tony Robbins to all these big guys who do a fabulous job of these Insta reels and everything. You can watch small format, you can watch long form format. On YouTube now, if you just Google Law of Attraction, 100 teachers will come. Start following them, or any topic that is of interest to you, just start following all of those people. One of the things I've seen is the way I get bored watching just one person all the time. I like to watch different people. So sometimes I'll go binge on Sadhguru and sometimes on Sister Shivani or sometimes on, Deepak Chopra or sometimes on Wayne Dyer. I have so many teachers. So once the beauty of the algorithm of the Instagram is that once you Google one such person, they will start sending you that kind of content full time. So a lot of times when I'm sitting and scrolling itself, I'll go off and land up watching something that will be so interesting and so amazing. So my suggestion is just start to accumulate a lot of this good stuff on your algorithm, which is every day type out a few words of how to be positive, how to develop myself, how to build my consistency muscle, how to build commitment in my personality, if you would just start asking beautiful questions, you will see the answers are all there now. So whatever you're asking here, go Google it also and see who has a beautiful answer for you. And as you keep on doing that, all of that will become a lot more uplifting. As far as TV shows are concerned, I'm quite a Netflix virgin, as I call myself. I barely watch any of that. Coffee with Karan just started about 2 weeks ago. Not that it's uplifting, but I do think it's very entertaining. So I like watching those kind of things. I don't think I look for uplifting things on TV because my whole life is so uplifting that when I'm watching TV, I want to actually take a break from all the uplifting items. Priyanka Patel, 3 days of energy was just next level. Thank you, Puja. Thank you, Priyanka, for coming for all the 3 days. You know, I'm so amazed at the kind of commitment I saw in these 1,000 ladies that showed up for all the 3 days. That's just simply mind-blowing. Urmi, I missed your event too. Urmi, don't you worry, my Jan. I know for you, you had done your ticket, you had already made the payment, and yet for whatever reason, the flight getting cancelled from Europe and all of that caused you to not come. You, though, definitely I'm keeping in mind. I really hope that in the December month when we have our live event, you're able to make it, my sweetheart. Any which ways, like I said, for all of you here who are in CC who couldn't come, Now leave it to me to make it up to you, okay? We'll meet separately, the 24 of you who couldn't come or the 22 of you who couldn't come, we'll meet separately and do one separate session, just you guys and me. Esfat Mage, every time I log into your live, you say an immediate learning point for me. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That's a lovely compliment. I missed the CC event, Divya Pravi Singh. To you also, soon, very specially, we will do one, just you and me CC, okay, on Zoom. I joined the recent Law of Attraction challenge. It was absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Hidden Thoughts. So happy to have you there. Makeup with Meelu, that was amazing. It's my first session and first time from you and I love it so much. I'm really happy now and feeling that everything is going to become happy now. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Neelu. How to improve my self-respect and not expect a lot from self. Sahakari Vinda. Sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but how to improve self-respect and not expect a lot from self. Interesting. So one of the easiest ways to improve your self-respect, I believe in my head, is to become dependable. Which means if you make promises to yourself, keep them. Self-respect to me comes from trust. The more you can trust yourself, the more you will be able to respect yourself. So build trust in your personality. If you make a promise to yourself that you're going to go to the gym the next day, go to the gym. If you made a promise to someone around you, if you told your children you will take them to the zoo, take them to the zoo. It takes 1 minute to make an excuse. It takes a lot to keep a commitment long after when the mood is gone. True or not? So the more self-respecting you want to become, the more I recommend you build trust in your personality. Also, when you say I'm not to expect a lot from myself, I expect a lot from myself, but I'm also very forgiving of my mistakes. So I think you have to be in combination. Rather than changing the fact that you shouldn't expect much from yourself, I would rather you, when you're not able to match your expectation, how fast can you forgive yourself? I always say that I'm human first, coach later. And that, you know what, when we are human, we are going to make mistakes. We are going to have different standards for different days. We are going to have different moods on different days. So I'd love for you to start to see how can you manage your disappointments better by being a lot more self-forgiving. Few things that I love telling myself is, Pooja, it's okay. At least you had the courage to try. And for me, I love applauding my courage versus my delivery or my excellence. So at least I have the courage, right? When I started these Insta lives, I think about 60 or 70 weeks before, I did not know that it's going to happen every Wednesday continuously for a whole year. I hadn't put that as an expectation. I just wanted to show up. Now, when I showed up, was every session amazing? Absolutely not. In the beginning, there were a lot of glitches. I did not know how to operate Instagram. I did not know how to manage. I did not know how to keep track of the questions and all of that. So there was a lot of learning that was happening, but I stuck to it and I kept doing it because I had the power to forgive myself that it's not perfect. So what? The one thing it is that it's consistent. So I give a lot of points to myself for my courage and for my consistency. I don't even care half the time about my delivery because I feel delivery over time with practice will come. All of us start out as novices. Like they say, every master was once a disaster. And then over the years, we've practiced and reached this place. If you also just continue to practice, you will also reach there. Hai na? So bless you, bless you, bless you. Khan 5077, can we attract a partner using law of attraction? Absolutely you can. The only thing you have to remember is the way to attract a partner is to become that frequency. So if you want an amazing person, you have to be vibrating at a frequency which matches that amazing person. Which means if you're constantly negative, you don't believe in law of attraction, you don't believe in this concept, you are constantly re-judging it and wondering hoga ke nahi hoga, and you're a negative person at heart pretending to be positive for the sake of law of attraction, then nahi aayega banda. You have to really start to channelize your energy into believing that he's on his way or she's on his way. I can't make out from your name, are you a man or a woman? So he or she is on his way, and you have to remain in that vibrational frequency of awesomeness, okay? Then that, if you want to learn further the details of how to do that, come for my law of attraction session, which is happening in the second week of August. We'll keep you informed. All you need to do is under this video put interested so that we can get back to you on this. Okay? Sorry, I have a bit of a cold today. Hamda Fatima 8. Ma'am, how to gain respect from in-laws? You know, Fatima, why I'm smiling? Because I feel like there are some things that come only when we stop expecting them. In-laws respect is one of those things. The harder you try to please them, the more they chado on your head, if you know what I mean. Okay, so one of the things I realized over time is that when I try to make them happy, neither they get happy because they always can find a flaw, nor I am happy because I am doing everything for them. I'm not looking after my own happiness. So I said, you know what if at least if one of us had to be happy, and I don't know what makes them happy, at least I should be happy with what I do. And I started to give a lot more importance and attention to my own self. Over the years, when I started to get respect from the outside world, over the years when I started to do things and be the person that I truly am, in the beginning it was all being misunderstood, but today I feel like they get me. You know, it's taken many years, but I feel like over the years it comes to you if you live in your truth and your reality, knowing that you've never had bad intentions towards them, you've never meant bad, you've never wished bad. So, you know what, and you've always done your duties, then automatically a day may come. But I don't want you to live your life with that expectation or that hope. I always say, if your husband itself gives you respect, you should be happy. Rest, everybody else is a lottery. Agar अच्छे निकले तो great, agar नहीं निकले तो most people's kismat is not great in-laws. Okay, so why do we expect it so much? We should just leave it. We should get detached with the idea of wanting it from not only him but his whole family. Let him only give it, it's good enough. So Fatima, I don't know if I'm really answering your question or not. But to me, the answer lives in detachment of the expectation rather than working on the expectation. Detachment of the expectation that you're looking for respect. Do your duty and then leave it to how they want to process or experience that. Okay? I am going through a breakup with my ex, but I still want to be friends, but it's quite toxic for me. You know what, Fateh Mehej, one of the things about breakup is that we don't want to let go, but we'll end up burning our own hand in the process of not letting go. So the longer you stay in this relationship, the longer you allow him to keep on hurting you, remember, the more damaged good you are becoming. The faster you get out. One of my teachers, his name is Matthew Hussey. For all of you here who are in relationships from single and wanting to attract a partner, wanting to have a man in your life, wanting to know how to go about relationships and how to be a great partner in a relationship, he speaks really well. So you can Google Matthew Hussey. And one of the things he says is that be in a relationship where the other person wants you, and if the other person doesn't want you, then that in itself should be a deal breaker for you. You have to love yourself more than what he loves you if you really want his love to be real. So if half of the time our love for ourselves is lesser than the one that we are receiving, then we are giving too much power in the hands of other people to mistreat us. Because no matter what they do, we will not go away. I would love for you to love you. I remember the first few years when I used to tell Puneet, I will leave, I will leave. You know, he used to feel bad, but he never used to take it too seriously because he knew ke jayegi ka. Today he says, Puja, if you say no, you'll leave, you'll actually leave. Why? Because there is power in what I have to say, correct? So the same way, when you build power in yourself, when the other person knows that now you love yourself enough to prioritize yourself, if the other person mistreats you, that is the kind of relationship I would like all of us to be in, rather than in the one which is toxic, but we are still forcing ourselves to be there. वो नहीं अच्छा होएगा, ठीक है? Let me go right to the bottom and see all the questions that are coming in right away. I also want to read out. Can you repeat the name of your teacher? His name is Matthew Hussey. Firstly, I am extremely proud and happy at the way you all have been posting on your stories, my Insta Live and your takeaways. Okay, this is really taken off and I'm so proud of each one of you who's able to do that, because it's not easy to do it week after week after week. In the first week of September, I'm going to do the Zoom call with all of you who have shared me in your stories. So get ready to get a Zoom call with me with all of my Insta fam loyal people. Okay? Okay, so we have over 42 story shares this week, which is simply fabulous. So happy to see that. Let me start to read all the names. Majority of these names feel like totally fam now to me, because I feel like I know all of you. Oh, it's 444. How beautiful. So God is making me read your beautiful names at this amazing angel timing. Vivek Vasanta, thank you for sharing my Insta Live in your stories. Neha Lodhya, Digital Amalapriya, Puja Borse Official, Girl _ with the Great Dream, eCafe 12, Reset with Rakhi.official, S. Mukherjee 2007, Shamanjeet Mindset Motion NLP, Kaveri Shubham, Kashyap Nutan, Gauri 1811, Benita Patel, Atiti _ Ashish Kumar, Image Design Consultancy, Ujala Madhvi 15, Soumya Subana, Anita Gupta.official, Muttu Mari the Mindful Musician, Innovative Tarot Trupti, Gargi Arya 2007, The Designer Priyanka, Naina Dhumash, Tina Jumani Achtani, Artist Puja QnA, Lakshmi Ravi Shankar _ official, Narita Art, Hina Karishma Krishnani, book by Tejas Kavita, Nishal Life Coach, Mona Mika's Bakes, Success via Handwriting, Allure Crown, Ruchi Chauhan, Shilpa Dadich, Anjali Divedi, Megha Kapoor, Sakina Sheikh, Coach Harpreet Sodi 88. Massive congratulations to you. You know the drill. All you need to do is take a photo of mine, put it in your stories with my takeaways, tag me, make sure I add you to my stories for you to get onto my Zoom call with me. Okay? And for all of you here who've done this, 1000 kisses, amazing, too good. Okay? Present ma'am is coming. So September 1st week, we are going to be doing the Zoom call with all of you in it, where not only you will be able to see me, but I'll be finally be able to see each one of you. I would love to talk to you, chat with you. I think we'll make it really super special. Okay? I also want to announce the winners of this week. This week, the 3 winners who are going to receive my book are Manini Monma. If you're in this room, massive congratulations, sweetheart. We'll be asking for your address to send my book across. Prabha Manoj 2006 and I Discovery Me Shehla _ Shehla. So for all 3 of you here, please expect my book. Thank you so much for each one of you who came today. Celestial Wellness Kiranpreet is saying, ma'am, you didn't share my story last week. If I haven't shared your story, then you have to make sure that it is shareable. A lot of you put the story, but your settings are such where it doesn't allow me to share your story. So if I haven't shared your story, you have to make sure that you write to me and say, ma'am, why haven't you shared my story? And I'll tell you that your story is not shareable. You have to change your settings. Okay, sweethearts? A lot of you every week go through this struggle with me. Very worth it, because then after that, every week, I'm able to share your story. Yeah? Superb. All right. Super, super congrats. Let me quickly pose for you for today's Insta Live. This thing, 1 minute. Let me fix myself a little bit. I've been sitting in a little different angle. I'd rather change the angle. All right. I think this is perfect. Yeah? What do you say? Hair is okay. It's a little fluffy today, no? Doesn't matter. यही नहीं जा रहा पीछे. हाँ, मग के साथ. Come on, quickly. Let's take a picture. All you need to do is tag me, put your takeaway so that I can share it in my stories. ठीक है? Giving you all my angles. ये नहीं जा रहा पीछे. Oh, thank you, Manisha. For all of you who landed up joining Coaching Mastery today, so super proud. You know, that was a big step towards the right direction. Can't wait to welcome all of you. Yeah? Can you recommend some best guided meditation videos? I love just Googling and seeing which ones are my favorite. I do a lot of Deepak Chopra, Oprah meditations. I love those. I love Joe Dispenza's meditations. They are just beautiful. I love Vishen Lakhiani's 6-step meditation. That's beautiful. So keep Googling. It will keep coming. There are lots of apps these days. There's an app called Calm. You can follow that. There's an app called Mindfulness. So all of these apps have a lot of different teachers who upload meditations. They come at a cost like about 3,000 rupees for the whole year. Some of them come for 600 rupees for the whole year. But very worth it because you can actually go on track your entire journey of meditation. ठीक है? How to get your book? Very easy. Take a picture. Come on, quickly, take a picture. Now, create a story, put your biggest takeaway. What was your learning point today? Okay, so put your takeaway, your biggest takeaway, what was your learning point, and then tag me. How do you tag me? If you put @ and put Puja_Puneet. So if you tag me, then it shows up in my DM and then I share it in my stories. And if you get shared in my stories, then trust me, very soon you will win the book. If not in week 1, week 2, by week 3, the book is on its way to you because majority of the people who are doing this have already received their book. If you've received your book, put winner in the chat box so that people can see that a lot of you have already won this book. Hai na? Superb. All right, I'm going to run today. I have to leave a little early. Actually, at 4:45, I was going to announce that I want to leave at 4:45 today. I have somewhere to go. But for all of you who are here, thank you. Thank you for coming week after week after week. I really feel that we have now created a bond of being family. And I love seeing my Insta tribe week after week, answering your questions, being there for you. If you haven't yet got into my internal tribe, I highly recommend it. That at some point from my Insta tribe, do move into my inner circle or what I call my internal tribe, because that's where we build the army of women that are truly going to serve the world in a very different way. Okay? If you haven't become a part of my awakening program next week, write to Gunjan. This Saturday, Sunday, 9 to 5, we are going deep in creating your beautiful goddess personality. We are going to create the goddess, heal you, and align you to your goddess, and then embody the goddess. We will take 2 full days to be doing this, but I can tell you it's one of the most magical experiences. So if that's something that interests you, just write to Gunjan and make sure you put urgent there, because she will need to immediately add you to the group as soon as you land up paying. Please know that that comes at a cost, okay? So if those of you who've already enrolled into Awakening, can't wait to have you. Those of you who would love to, write to Gunjan. All right? Bye everyone. Thank you for coming. Take care. Love you loads.